Hello everyone and welcome to another video on MedUSMLE. I am Michele Persico and today we are going to discuss cranial nerves identification on a gross morphology picture of the brainstem. The difficulty of these questions is based on the fact that the picture that you will find in these questions are poor quality pictures, and this makes tough the identification of the cranial nerves in it. Luckily, I came up with a strategy to never get this type of questions wrong. With this in mind, let's get started. So the method I came up with is called the double C's rule. You have to imagine as if the cranial nerves are organized in the anterior portion of the brainstem as two letter C's, one above the other. In this way, you can follow an imaginary line to identify all the cranial nerves you need to know in the correct order. In order to remember the double C's rule, I used to remember C for cranial nerves. Again, C for cranial nerves. So I'm going to show you how to apply in practice the double C's rule. You can see the anterior face of the brainstem in the picture on the left. If you trace the first C starting from above the pons, the imaginary line reaches the cranial nerve 3, 4 and 5 in succession. You'll see 3, 4 and 5 in succession and reaching then the 6. If I trace the second C, which is below the pons starting on cranial nerve 6, you'll see that this C kind of intersect the cranial nerve 6, the cranial nerve 7, the cranial nerve 8, the cranial nerve 9, the cranial nerve 10, 11 and then 12. So this way you have reached all the cranial nerves that you can possibly reach with writing the double C. This way you will be able to answer each type of question you will find on test day. An important point is that you won't see any questions on the posterior portion of the brainstem, so there won't be questions that they will ask you about identifying the cranial nerves in the posterior view of the brainstem, whereas the only picture you'll see is an anterior view of the brainstem, where the question will point to a certain cranial nerve and will ask you to identify the type of cranial nerve. Hopefully this will be helpful and you will be able to answer each question on this topic on test day. Now this topic, so the cranial nerve identification in the anterior portion of the brainstem, is mainly a topic for the USMLE step 1. So you won't see this type of questions in the USMLE step 2CK or in the USMLE step 3. And the reason why is that the USMLE step 2CK and step 3 are more clinically oriented, whereas pathology sections and also gross morphology sections are more common in the USMLE step 1. So if you are preparing for the USMLE step 1, keep in mind this video. This will be 100% helpful for your test day, whereas if you're preparing for the USMLE 2CK or for the USMLE step 3, do not consider this video, do not review it at all, please. So this is basically an important point, so you don't want to waste memory for the topics that you won't likely see in the USMLE step you're going to take. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video and that the video was helpful for your preparation of the USMLE step 1. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. I will try to upload at least one video per week in the next weeks with more topics on the USMLE and the USMLE preparation. See you next time!